Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dads in Gaming. I am OctanePro, and as always, joined by my two co-hosts, GlockN9ne and DarthxGoldy. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
So we had our first episode last week, and we were talking about doing this monthly or bi-weekly, but we enjoyed it so much we decided to bring you guys a second one. So last episode, we got up on all of our YouTube channels, so if you guys hopefully enjoyed it, leave a comment, subscribe, give that thumbs up. We do enjoy that feedback and information. In the meantime, we are working to get this on the audio-only version. Goldie has been kind of working through learning how to do that. Our goal is to get this up so that you guys can enjoy it on your way to work, on the train, when you're sitting on the toilet, wherever you guys may be, you guys can enjoy any version of it, video and audio. So this week we're going to cover two topics, really. Our first topic is going to be kind of what we've been up to since the last show. And our second topic is going to be the current state of Realm Royale. If you guys aren't familiar with Realm and how that kind of brings us together, all three of us met playing Realm Royale and being content creators for Realm. So it shares a special place between all of us. And there's been a big patch that came out recently, and there's a lot to talk about. So before we dive in, I'll throw it over to Glock, and let's just talk about what we've been up to.
Me personally, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, actually, I took the weekend off. I didn't even realize.
That a boy.
Usually I don't take any time off. I'm like, wait, I had internet issue Saturday, so I said, screw it, I'm going to bed. And then Sunday, I was like, yeah, I'm going to spend some family time. Spend some time with the kids. Kids are sick. Other than that, we kind of just little tweets here and there and spending time on other people's streams. That's basically it.
Nice.
Right?
Any new videos you put out?
Oh yes, there is a new highlight video from all my January highlights videos from Mixer. Literally, I didn't realize how many different games I've been playing on Mixer. I'm so used to playing just Realm and Paladins. They had like Mean Greens on there, Fortnite. Oh, I was like, man, I played a lot of games this last month.
Honestly, that's one of the good things about Mixer. I mean, compared to Twitch and Mixer, is you could play a bunch of different games on Mixer, and you're still gonna get that.
That's honestly how I feel.
Same amount of people showing. It is a nice feeling.
Yeah, I was explaining to people, with Twitch, it's like as soon as you switch to any other game than Realm, it's like you immediately see your viewers drop. Mm-hmm. It's like what for me, it was always like whatever. I'm gonna play with what I want.
Yeah.
On Mixer, I get switch to Fortnite. I get switch to Mean Greens. You literally nobody's. It's a little like Army Man, little Call of Duty game, and like same people are still there chatting it up. They don't care what you play. They're more. I feel like they're more there for you than they are the game you play, which is what I love. I mean, I want to be able to play whatever I want when I want.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
one of the.
Watching you play that game makes me feel like a 12-year-old kid again in my backyard.
It was awesome, dude. Dude, that game's actually a lot of fun. If you guys have like $3 to spare on Steam, Mean Greens, dude, that game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a great
Xbox.
That's a great milestone.
It's coming. I talked to the developer. The developer's Virtual Basement is who makes it.
Okay.
And they started following me on Twitter. I started talking to them. They said console is coming.
Nice.
Yeah, that is definitely where you want to be as a content creator, is like being able to play or stream anything. It puts you in a very good place versus I've seen lots of videos on people that complain about the fact of like they aren't able to make that step from one stream type game to another because it's just they lose everything. So that's a great place to be in as a content creator, which is awesome.
Well, let's take this into the Realm category real quickly. There's a lot of people who were blowing up at like 200 viewers on Realm, and they switched over to these random games and like 10.
Yep.
Yeah. Some people you don't enjoy watching them play other stuff, and that's how I felt like Twitch. My personal opinion, I'm not talking bad about Twitch. It's just I feel like that's how a lot of Twitch audiences is. You play what I want to watch. I'm not going to watch you.
Yep. No, absolutely. I think it's good, and I don't know if that's because of the oversaturation of streamers. Or what, but I definitely feel it. I mean, I streamed Realm over the weekend with the limited time mode, and then went and played Cuisine Royale last night, and it was like nothing. It was like 10 viewers, and then over the weekend it was like 40 viewers. So for a small streamer, that's huge difference, night and day. Now, granted, a lot of my following is from Realm, but that's just like you guys. Like you guys are in the same boat. It's not like I'm talking a different language here. The only difference between us is platform.
Right. And with that, I mean, when I took the break from Realm, I did see a dip. I mean, you do see it. It is there. I mean, there is the people that are only there to watch you play that game. But I just feel like on Mixer compared to Twitch, you have more of a community base. And to what you were saying, I really do think it might be the oversaturation of Twitch. I mean, I have an IRL friend who is a partner on Twitch. He got partnered by playing Madden.
Okay.
He doesn't play Madden as much anymore. And that's one of his biggest things. He always says to me, he's like, you could see the difference in it, and that's one of the good things about Mixer. He has his own issues with Mixer, why he'll never come over here, but but that's exactly what it is. He knows when he doesn't play Madden, he's just streaming because he wants to play the game he wants to play.
Good to know. So Goldie, what about you? What have you been up to since last show?
I've been absolutely loving editing for YouTube.
Oh boy, addicted.
I'm addicted to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to stream today. I might just go and edit some videos.
I've done streams of editing where it's just chatting and I'm working on a video, and the hard part is like listening, like you have to edit and cut and stuff like that. It's hard to do that and talk, but yeah. And I thought about it, but then I'm like, if I stream doing this, they're going to see the video here. Then no one's going to go to my YouTube and watch it. So. But I mean, that's what I did all weekend. I absolutely had a blast doing my last video. One of my esport team members, he created a new move in the realm called the Chewy Slash, and it took him like 3 or 4 days to execute it, and he finally got it. The Chewy Slash in Realm? In Realm, yeah. And what is it? Try to explain it.
Everyone's trying to make their own moves now.
Oh no.
How do you like the Glock shot?
Did you see my comment in partner chat? I was like, if you create a mode called the GlockN9ne Glock shot, he's like, I'm uninstalling. I was like, don't you do it? Don't you do it?
Did you guys enjoy that GlockN9ne game mode over the weekend?
Oh, that was a great game mode. I actually
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Don't act like you own Sniper, okay? There's other snipers in the world.
What?
Yeah. So the move is you conk or ground shock your enemy up.
Okay.
Then link up to them, and while they're still in the air, you slice them with a sword. Either chicken them or killing them as a chicken. And it sounds very easy. The problem is with ground shock and conk, you don't know exactly where they're going to go. And plus with your blink, you don't know exactly where you're going to go. So it took him a good 3 or 4 days of trying to do this. And we were playing squads Friday night, trying it. I had my angle. He got up. He completed it. And I thought, okay, great. I got my angle. He got his angle. Oh, this is awesome. I'll make a little highlight of it. What ended up happening was one of our other team members who was in the game with us wasn't even near us. He was further down, and he happened to turn and look, and he caught the angle from way on the other side. So I had 3 different angles of this move, and I was like, I got to turn this into a video of its own. And once we did it, I said, you know what? Let's have a little competition. Who can make the best Chewy Slash and send it over to me. So everybody's got 2 weeks to try and get a video over to me. Winner will get a Maru gaming shirt and
there you go.
Some feature with their
I will
channels.
Be completing that tonight with a 360, ground shock 360 slash. Let's go.
Oh, there you go. Right.
Hey, style points. You get the style points.
Right.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah.
Stream title, Chewy Slash time.
Yeah. So so that's what I ended up working on that all weekend, and like I said, I'm loving the editing.
It's a learning curve. It's definitely a learning curve, and then I still consider myself a novice, like new at it, and I learn something new every time I make a video. So, yes, it's fun though.
Yeah. No. So how about you? What were you up to this weekend?
I ripped out a doorway in my house and put in a new door frame and door.
Bob the Builder?
That Bob, there's my hashtag dad life right there of like, oh, I need to replace the door-to-door frame. I have no clue what I'm doing. Let's wing it and hope for the best.
That's the way to do it. Once you start, you have to finish.
I know. Yep. I know. So
how many YouTube videos did you look up this week?
Many. All right. And it's in. The trim's in on each side. And tonight I sanded all the wood filler and caulked and everything like that. So we got to paint the next few days. It'll be done. But that's what I've done over the last few days from a dad life perspective. Other than that, content creation, streaming. I streamed Friday and Saturday, had a blast. I did the limited time event that we'll talk about here with stream. So we all queued the same time. So that was hype. Everybody enjoyed that. Didn't have any big issues. Other than I ran into a lot of people that were teaming. Because it was solo. And which is really easy because it's like, I'm streaming. I'm just going to clip it and send it to the appropriate people. And you suck. But other than that, it's been good. I've been putting out a YouTube video. And usually I try to stick to about 2 a week or 1 a week. And now it's like almost every day now. Just because the content's starting to get spoon-fed to me. Like, I'm having people reach out to me and being like, here, check this stuff out. And then I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, let's do a video on it. So, it's been working out really well. I posted one earlier today, and that's doing pretty well on Reddit, which is nice, on some leaked skins that came out. So I've been having fun with that. But other than that, yeah, that's really it for me. Nothing else too crazy.
Yeah, those are the good weekends.
Yep.
Those are the weekends. We're getting into the at least for me, we're getting into the little bit of warmer months, and where it's just gonna be daddy this, daddy that, daddy this, daddy that. So I'm enjoying these last few weekends of hibernation before the
get it in while you can. Get it in while you can.
So
cool. Well, let's dive into the last part of our show, which I think is probably the most, as I say, meat and potatoes of the show. And Goldie, I'll let you take it away.
Okay. So there is no secret that I am probably one of the most outspoken partners for Realm and Hi-Rez.
Okay, for people that don't know, what is a partner?
Being partnered with Hi-Rez and Realm, we get our own little section in the Discord. We get some codes. And in my mind, that's about all we get.
You're supposed to get first priority in like feedback and one-on-one with the devs.
But
I gotta stop you there. I will say over the last 2 weeks, we have gotten more of a
100%. We've gotten more in the last 2 weeks than we have gotten since I've been partnered back in last April.
From a dev response and feedback section. Now, granted, there's only 3 developers. We really only interact with Intmoot, and that's it. But it's like that is the nice thing is like we can jump into a channel and chat and give feedback, and pretty much within 10 minutes get a response back.
Yes, and that's only been like that for the last 2 weeks, though. It has not been like that. So fine. Other than that, I feel like there should be more that we should be getting, and it's just not there. And to be very, very honest, I had the same conversation with Jane Ash before he left. I went to him and I felt that we weren't getting what we should have been getting, or what was told to us and what we should be getting.
Sure.
And so that goes all the way back to before he even left. But on a whole other thing, where Realm is right now, I'm happy for this update. I am. There's some things I'm not happy about. One of them being the LTEs taking over a queue. I do not agree with that. And the other big thing is, how have you not fixed the trap? How have you not fixed the prox trap? Those 2 things right now are my biggest issues with this update, besides the Arbalest. But yesterday the Arbalest was removed, so I'm happy for that. I'm glad they at least did that. But the trap should have been removed. At this point, trap should have been removed. It's still broken. It's been broken for months. And I'm a hunter main. I'm a trap main. I was a trap main before the trap turned into a support item. So
before the millennials were playing hunter, I was a trap main.
Calm down, boomer.
Yeah, right.
I was a trap main before the trap became a support item. So, and I'm saying it should be removed. It should not be in the game anymore. And because we've gone so long without the update, we get the update, it's still not fixed, remove it. That's one.
Here's the thing with the trap. All right. It's not a bug. Everyone's calling it a bug. It's been in the game so long. It's a feature. Okay.
It's been in since OB22 when it released. It was already a bug.
It's been there so long. You should be used to it by now.
Yes, and I am used to it, but it's still broken.
Yeah,
I agree.
No matter how you look at it, it's still broken. And you know what? If you need like Glock, and you know what, you're right. It's been here so long, it is a feature. But when people are sending me videos and I'm seeing clips of it now trapping 3 times, 4 times, that's an issue. That's an issue.
They fixed it. It's triple roots, not double roots. Come on, man.
Well, you're definitely speaking to a lot of what I think frustrates a lot of people is like, okay, cool, we got this update and it had a bunch of changes in it, which were nice, and it balance was a big part of it, and and skins and stuff. Okay, cool. But I think what everybody can agree with is like there is a disconnect between the developers and what the community is looking for, and if you get down to the root of it, a majority of the community would be okay with very limited updates, but bug fixes being addressed. And that's one of the biggest challenges. Like, this game has been on Steam for a year and a half. The game has been out for longer in the hands of people that have been playing it outside of Steam, yet the same bugs still exist since day one. And it's like, how come it's one of those things where it's like, it was like 5 months since we got OB22. And now OB23 hits, and it's like, look at all the stuff we did. Give us a pat on the back, and oh, here's 4 bugs we fixed. And it's like, wait, your list should be like 100 pages long, and you fix 4 things that aren't game changing.
Whenever I catapult from Lumber to Valley, I always point out, you see this little white square on the little mouse? That has been there since I started playing this game.
And it's like, how do you not it's like really like. We're not okay. You know that every bug.
Put a bush.
I know. like, click that little button that just like paints it. Like, give me MS Paint. Give me MS Paint, and just let me paint over that white spot.
Yeah, it's just a little white square. Just terrain's messed up. It's been there since I started playing. I don't understand how it's still there.
And that's honestly, like, sometimes I don't get my point across the right way. I come across too dickish. Yeah. Yes, Glock. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
And I know that, and that's a fact. But you've gone this long with nothing. Now I get it. There's not a lot of people working on this, but you still gone this long. How are you not putting a bush on a little square? How are you not fixing? How are you making the trap worse? How, I get. It just gets me so frustrated that sometimes I can't even like, and I love the game, but it's, perfect example. We waited how long for the heirloom to be fixed, like, and now it's fixed. I love the heirloom where it is. Some people don't like it. I mean, but the heirloom should have been fixed months ago. It should have been fixed in OB22.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
Glock, what do you think of the current patch? High level.
The current patch? Are we talking about like, balance or like
whatever you want? Whatever you want. Okay. It's the Glock. This is the Glock Shot show right here.
Oh my god. I personally, other than the few issues that are there, I enjoy it, but the frustration is like this patch was made obviously with longevity in mind, but you can obviously tell like with Rogue Company, there's an entire team. Their only job is to test the game.
Yep.
Nobody from Heroic Leap or whatever tested this patch.
Evil Mojo now.
Evil Mojo, I apologize.
Come on, get it right. Get it right. Don't you watch the OctanePro updates? Come on now. Jesus.
What? Who?
I know, right? Who is that guy?
No, I was
are you that one troll? Are you that one troll that had to leave that comment today?
I have a different account, burner account for.
Guess what? I would not be surprised.
I thumb down every single one up but my own.
It's a competitive market. I understand. Did I lose Glock?
I think we lost Glock.
Oh man, we'll see if he comes back on. Maybe he lost his internet. So I think I'll wait for him to come back on there. Looks like he's trying.
Why are you kicking me out?
Oh, I got mad. Oh, I don't know what happened.
He's kicking me out of the channel.
So you were commenting on just the fact of like from your perspective and longevity.
Longevity, and then the fact that if they would have tested the Arbalest one game, you would have known it was broken. So they changed the numbers. They didn't test it.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's my thing on that, Glock. How many of us in the Discord and on social media? Now I know social media is social media, But that's still things being said. You have multiple people in the partner Discord, multiple people on social media saying this is going to be an issue. And if they're not testing it, at least take a look at it. Like, okay, we have a ton of people that have played this game day in and day out. Maybe we should look at this, because that was the #1 thing on those patch notes that was going to be an issue out of
and this is where we're talking about the release of Apex, stuff like that. I think in their mind was, we just need to get it out there. Yeah. You know, I think everyone's excitement was when we were all at HRX, I remember how pissed off we all were that all we got was a 2-minute video of a chicken suit dude.
Yep.
And it was LTMs. That's all we knew.
Yep.
And now me, I mean, like I always say, I knew maybe half the stuff that was coming. So I was like, I can't say anything. It's just like, hey guys, it's more than LTMs. It's more than LTMs. It's not just going to be limited time game modes. But I can't say what it is. And then they come out with their updates, and you see this big long list. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, we're getting all this stuff!" And then all of a sudden, you get in there. You're like, "Dude, I'm getting 2-tapped by an Arbalist. I'm getting triple procs trapped." And you know, server issues were good. Or server issues were all right. And then I played yesterday, and I was like glitching all over the place.
I was playing tonight for a little bit.
It's like hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, but it's like.
So something I realized, and I think you guys can agree, between OB22 and OB23, the entire development style, attention to detail, priority, financing, everything changed with Realm Royale. And I think that's what we're experiencing. So like, go back to OB22. JNash was still there at released. They were doing PTS. There was Q&A testing. When changes occurred, they were a little bit more balanced and accurate. You know, we didn't have game-breaking items as big as what we have now. Granted, OB22 had the proc strap. I don't disagree, but it's like OB22 hit, and it was like, all right, and it was night and day. And now jumping like 6 months now, it's like, it's a totally different world. It's like we're back in alpha, and we're working with a very small team. That there is no Q&A, there is no PTS. What they're actually doing now, and my understanding is that the reason, like, they can't even hotfix things, and they can't. For example, I am trying to understand, and I even had a private conversation with Entmoot about it. Is like, why couldn't you guys just go in and adjust the damage number on the Arbalist? Like, literally, that should be a 5-minute fix, and you're done. And I keep on getting this answer, and this is where I know there's something up. Where he's saying, my hands are tied, my hands are tied, my hands are tied.
And that's because, what they all have been saying.
And it's like, okay, so I understand, like, when they roll out a patch, and it goes, a content patch, and it goes to Microsoft, and it goes to Sony, it's like 20 grand plus a patch. So it's expensive. I totally understand. But when we're talking about, like, so this is a stat change. And I actually reached out to Dry Bear, who was previously the lead developer for Realm, going back a year ago. Believe it or not, he hasn't touched the game since he left. He literally left and like pieced. He was telling me that a stat change should be as simple as a 5-minute fix. So it's like, what has changed that like the developers can't even go in and make a change to say cut this 50% just to get the game through? Instead, the Arbalist sits for how long with the current patch of OB23, and then instead of fixing it, they just disable it. And they're gonna come out with a fix like a week and a half later. Like that's huge. What am I mixing? What am I mixing?
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me feels we'll never see that Arbalist again. Like, enjoy. I hope you played with it. I hope you got to try it, because you're never gonna see it again. Like that is where, based off of what we've seen with Realm in the past, that's the attitude I'm going in with. Like, I'm never seeing that Arbalist again.
Yeah, I just don't know what happened. Like even if they decide to cut the crew down, which we understood, like they literally pulled resources. It seemed like they pulled funding and then they kind of put a little bit back into it. It's like, what changed? Because like it's like someone is saying you can put out 2 patches a year and that's it, or something like that. Like are you guys feeling the same like change in development?
I feel it's become almost like a small ATM for them. It's a cash grab now. They're not going to put anything into it. They're just going to take whatever they can out of it. And you know, so why spend, you know, even if it's $5,000 to fix a few stats on a weapon and do an update on it where you can just pull it. We're not going to put that $5,000 into it. Just pull the weapon, because I'm going to withdraw $5,000 from the skins we're going to release in the next week or two.
Yeah.
That's my personal feel on it. It's just become a ATM for Rogue Company or, you know, Paladins.
What are your thoughts there, Glock?
So I'm gonna read you guys a message I got for somebody that used to work on Realm Royale. I'm not gonna say what he did.
Okay, I like it. Perfect.
But you guys can take this however you see fit. Like I was talking to somebody. He's working on Rogue Company now, and he says, "I hope you're enjoying Rogue Company. I'm doing this with this with the game." And he said, "It's weird switching over from something you absolutely loved. I loved Realm Royale. I had to divorce myself from the chat rooms on Discord because I'm gonna miss it so much." What does that sound like to you?
Because I'm gonna miss it so much.
I'm gonna miss it so much. What does that sound like? And like when I read that, I'm like,
and how long ago was that?
20 minutes ago.
Oh,
before the show. 20 minutes before the show.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, this is why. Like,
did they just get moved off of it, or no? It was previously.
No, they've been off of it for a while. They actually got switched to Smite, and now they're on Rogue Company. But this is actually one of the reasons why people sit there and say that I defend high res too much, because the comment I don't like is when they say, "Oh, they don't care about the game." There's people there who absolutely care about the game.
Yeah,
there's. You know, I believe the higher ups can give a crap less about it, but like the people that actually work on the game love that game.
Right. I think the issue is, and you know what, a few weeks, I would say about a month ago, we had a conversation in your Discord, Glock, about, I think it's the wording. When we say they don't care about their game, that's not the right way to say it, because there is the people there that are working or were working on it that care about their game. The better way to saying it is management
does not care at all.
Management doesn't care about that game. And you were 100% correct when we were having that conversation in your Discord, as much as it was bothering me, but you were right. I mean, but you also have to think of the masses. There is a lot of people out there that don't understand that terminology, and they're just going to look at high res as a whole, you know, and they're going to say they don't care about it.
My thing is, like, I sit there, I go, I wonder with these people that are on the game right now, they know stuff that we don't know. Like when he says that right there, it says, "I'm gonna miss it."
Yeah.
What is that? If you've been off the game for a while, like, do you know something that's gonna happen with the game, or? Right. I mean, you actually left the Realm Discord, you left other chats about the game, but why? You know, so I'm waiting for a response back.
Yeah, it'll be cryptic. I think the challenge, the challenge here, and this is what blows my mind, is that if you guys, I think you guys were part of it when Hi-Rez announced that they were opening sub-publishing companies. So that was Evil Mojo, Heroic Leap, and then I forget which one. Oh, Titan Forge? Yeah, that's what Smite falls under.
Yes.
And they've had several other. When they had made those announcements, I was hyped because I was like, okay, we're now moving away from like, okay, we have all these games and we have this giant pool of developers and we're just going to go ahead and shift them as we need them type of deal. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, we have sub-publishing companies. They are literally their own entities. And I was hyped for this because it was like, this is a how traditional publishers work, where you get moved into a game and then you're in that game for 5 to 10 years. Like, you live it, you breathe it, everything. That is not the case at Hi-Rez Studios, and they moved away from that mentality very quickly and went right back to their shared resource pool, where it's like, well, we learned this very quickly with Realm. When Glock, you had your interview with those guys, and it was like, how many people you got on it? And it was like, well, we have 10 to 15, but it's shared between all of our other games. And it's like, what do you mean it's shared? Well, they do development on Paladins, they do development on Smite. It's like, wait, how do you, why? I don't, from a business perspective, and this is what I do, not gaming, but from a business perspective, it does not make sense to separate all your resources and not allow people to focus on one game and moving that game forward. And that's why, like, we saw it very quickly. You could have put a roadmap out there because you have no clue what you're doing next week, because you could be a designer for Realm one week and now you're designing something else for Smite the next. Like, that is just, it drives me nuts. And I think that's how we got to this point where it's just like shared resources everywhere.
you know, I shared about that Q&A thing, how that whole thing came up was with the guy I'm talking to right here. He's the one that told me to ask JNash about it.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
So me and JNash were going back and forth for about a couple weeks on it, and you know, I can say it now. He's not there anymore. I don't give a crap. In all honesty, that show was not so much for them to share stuff.
Yeah.
They wanted ideas from what the community wanted. That's what the Q&A was for.
Yeah.
So but they didn't. I was not informed that they weren't going to say anything. Like every question is like, oh, we can't say that. we can't answer that.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, you know, and chat's asking all these questions. You know, we promoted it as a Q&A, and like half the questions you're not answering.
Yep.
You know, and so, but what they were doing was like you see where I asked, you know, as developers of the game, what do you guys want to see, you know, in the game in the next couple of months? And then JNash flips on me and goes, what do you think would make the game better? I'm like, I just asked you.
Yeah. Deflect. Deflect. Yeah. Well, and that's
they deflect everything, and that's where like.
But I feel that's been their MO the last 5 months since we haven't had a patch. Everything has been deflected, or it's just been spun to the, well, we only, there's not a lot of people working on it. There's not, I feel like that's been the answer, just constantly shoved down our throat. Like, I understand there's not a lot of people working on it, but somebody is. So,
yeah, I think the challenge is,
you know, it's like I get it, but someone's there working on it. So can we kind of get this fixed the right way?
Yeah, I kind of said that you're there 8 hours a day. What are you doing that whole 8 hours? Like, are you actually, you know, doing something? Like, I'm sorry, it shouldn't take 8 hours a day, you know, for a year to put a bush over a little white square. Just saying.
hey, MS Paint is hard. MS Paint is hard.
I was just saying that's like what everyone complains about the trap, the Arbalest. That white square to me pisses me off whenever I see it. Like, how hard is it?
It's always there. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge, and I think we can all agree upon is like the lack of direction. So like you as the community, which normally you kind of have an idea as to the direction the game is going because you have a community manager that is vocal about it. Like, all right, guys, here's what we're working on over the next few months. Here's our roadmap. Here's what's coming down the pipeline. Right. Hi-Rez has never been phenomenal at that. And the challenge is like, we can throw them under the bus. They put out a roadmap for 2019 that never exists, like never happened. They're like, we're going to announce our 2019 roadmap. It's like, awesome, here it comes. They even had a graphic for it. And then nothing was announced. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, guys, like what is going on? And so I have pushed so hard on the partner side with the developers to say, if you guys don't know what to do next, don't know what the community wants, which you could definitely tell there's that disconnect. It's like, go the route, and I keep pushing it, go the route Mixer has gone, where it is like, you have a page in the game, not separate on a third-party website, in the game, where you could vote on or submit ideas just like Mixer does. So Mixer, for example, Goldie could go on their voting side for Mixer and say, I want you to develop changing overlays to pink, whatever. And people can vote on that. And then Mixer goes in, I think it's like once a quarter, and they say, okay, what's the #1 thing our community has voted for? Because it's all account-based. And then they go, this is what we're working on. And everybody knows it. And it's like, okay, can you imagine that for Realm? You know the #1 thing would be bug fixes. Like,
but I think the issue comes in with that where it's going to be things, people are going to vote for things that they won't be able to handle. The two biggest things.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest thing will be bugs, right? That'll be the bug issues. And #2 is going to be a rank system.
Yep.
And if it's not #2, it's #3, and #3 or
it's top 5 either way.
Well,
get rid of bots and make why can't we have a 60-man lobby like Apex, have a 60-man lobby, no bots. 60-man lobby, you're fine.
Yeah.
Here's my question about that. With that's why I'm grinding crap out of paladins, because I love ranked. I love having to grind for something, which is why like I'm happy they implemented the whole master thing. Yes, it's only titles, and titles don't mean anything, but it'd be so easy for them to put like an exclusive skin at the end of that eventually. But
that's what it's supposed to be.
But the problem is with the whole ranked thing is, okay, you put ranked in the game, but it's like, how many people is that truly going to bring back? What are you going to truly do to get people back to the game?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to put a rank mode in there, and then all of a sudden people are abusing this and abusing this meta and abusing this.
Yep.
I would not mind, like we were talking about it, dude, just honestly disable the servers for like a month or two and do nothing but bug fixes, terrain fixes, and just, you know, just clean the whole thing up.
Yep.
And you know, that's what I want to see. As much as
but I think if they did that, honestly, the state that it's in right now, they shut down those servers. It'll never.
Yeah. But I'm saying, even if you put a rank mode in there right now, I don't see a lot of people coming back to grind a rank on the game and
with the imbalanced items that are
you have to get rid of bots first, or if you made the rank mode, obviously there could be no bots in there, but keep everything the same and have a fourth queue, a ranked queue where there is no bots, and you promote it that way. Like playing in this one will be no bots. Now your queues might be longer, but hey, that's understanding. You know, people should understand that. I kind of like the LTEs, but I don't like that they're taking over a queue. I should not have lost my solo queue this weekend to play the Glock shot mode all weekend.
So I explain this, and I'll explain it for you. So you ready? Okay. Here is why you have to. Okay. This is why.
Go ahead.
Xbox. Yeah, here's your lecture. Xbox with crossplay turned off, 3 queues. PlayStation with crossplay turned off, 3 queues. Well, let's do 4 actually if you had to separate. So 4 for Xbox, all right? 4 for PlayStation, 4 for Switch. Now you're up to 12. Now you have your normal queues. Now let's say you had 4 because it was separate. Now you have 16 queues. And you're segmenting a very small audience. We're talking about, maybe if we're lucky on a good day, 20,000 people between all platforms, separated by 16 different queues. The issue is nobody disagrees it should be its own queue. Like, no one in a perfect utopia, it works. The challenge is you can't, they've even said we can't do it. We can't handle it. So either you have 2 options. It takes the place of a mode, or we freaking tell you guys that crossplay is enabled and forced. So which one do you want?
That's what I was going to say. You want? For the LTE mode, it should be it's enabled and it's forced. If you want to play this mode, it's enabled and enforced. Period. The end. But you don't get rid of my solo queue. You know, like I play all modes. Most of us can play. Most of us can load solo into duos, load solo into squads. I don't have to play with a squad to play squads, or I don't have to play with a duo to play duo. But there's people that can't do that. Now, that's not fair to them. Now, their whole weekend was shot, people that play solos. On the flip side, when squads come out, I know a lot of people that are going to be very angry, and they're not going to play the game that weekend. Now, some people might say, well, then they don't play the game that weekend. But it goes back to saying you're already splitting a small community already. Why are you going to force them to split even more? Why are you going to even allow them to walk away from the game for a week? Because that might be the only time they play it. They might only play on the weekend.
What was that?
To get good, nerd.
Get good, nerd. Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword.
We can load into the.
Everyone knows I play solo all the time.
That's it.
And I mean, I can't complain because the LTE for solo was a sniper only mode. I can't complain. I had fun, but
who's this guy paying off?
Now, if you took the solo mode and you made it that sword only, then I would have been a little irritated because I would have just been playing, solo duos, solo squads, or I would have been forced into those. But I prefer to play. I like solo mode in that game. I like going head to head with people, but I understand it. But at the same time, I understand Octane too, where like you're splitting into so many different queues that they, and it sucks. But that's, like I said, that's the state that we're in right now.
Right, but
I mean, and also another reason why you don't like it is also you're wearing a certain shirt we're going to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Let's think about it like this, Goldie. If you had nothing, and I don't know, a certain guy told you to hold off on your announcement and wait until you got the details on the rotation, and your ass was impatient. But let's be honest here. Like, if you had nothing to do with Bach Bowl, it wouldn't be as much of a pain point for you. But because you do, it is a pain point. Because it's like,
I disagree.
Because, I mean, everyone else is like, all right, fine. If I don't want to play that game mode, I'll play a different one.
So, okay. So here's the thing. Before we decided to announce that we were doing another Bach Bowl, I had played 2 different LTEs. I played the one that released on patch day, which was duos and swords, and then the Glock shot on.
Yo, don't you call it that?
On the weekend.
Don't you call it that?
I'm not even calling it.
Don't you call it that? Get off that bus right now. Get off that bus.
Just get promotion. Just saying.
So I played both those modes, knowing that it was underneath a queue. It was taking away a queue from me.
Sure.
It has nothing to do with Bach Bowl, honestly. It's just a frustration where, yes, because I like to play solos, or I prefer to play duos. Duos is my favorite game mode. And when I loaded up and I had to play swords, I was like, this is not fun. I enjoy playing random duos. That's my favorite type of game mode. It doesn't matter what type of game, whether it's Fortnite, Apex. Well, Apex is you're stuck playing trios, but that's what I enjoy. And even back in the day when I was really heavy into Realm, it was always random duos. That never. It has nothing to do with Bach Bowl as much as you may think it does.
Okay, so this is not arguing with you, but I got to throw it out there. What happens when Realm continues to spiral and they start taking away modes where it's like, all right, this week it's solos only. That's it. That's all we got.
I have an idea for Bach Bowl.
Here we go.
If you have it scheduled for squads, you're gonna actually test people's skills. You go, oh, surprise, LTE squads this weekend. You have to play sword only or whatever it is.
So it's
surprise, motherfucker.
No. You gotta play the game mode. Let's go.
I would do that.
So it's duos, and part of me, especially after the conversation I had with Octane, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was like, well, fuck it. If it's duos that weekend, they gotta play it. Like whatever. But
the thing is, a Bach Bowl's free entry, right? Or
it's free entry. Yes, it's free entry, and I post the prize pool. So it's free entry. It's free to play. This and Bach Bowl has been gone. Last Bach Bowl was in October, so Bach Bowl's been on a hiatus for the last few months. We're coming back March 14th. That's when we announced it tonight. March 14th. It's going to be duos, Xbox only. I'm putting up $300. It's going to be the top 3 teams get paid. 150, 150. I did announce that if there's an LTE that weekend, we would play the following weekend. But part of me wants to be like, screw it. If it's going to be, if it's duos, whatever it is, that's what it is. I would really piss off a lot of people, and I don't think they're
well, my thing is, okay, here's my thing. When you say it's gonna piss off a lot of people, is I'm sorry, you're entering a tournament for free. Someone's putting up money. You shouldn't be mad at no matter what. Now, if you paid like a $10, $20 buy-in, and you were forced to play LT, okay, I can understand. But no, if someone else is putting up their own money for the thing, just freaking play it, enjoy yourself, go have fun. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, we got a month. I might be able to just say, screw it. This is what we're doing.
Yep.
That's personally me. What I would be doing with it.
At the end of the day, though, it was also one of those challenges where, like, I have asked them as well, the developers, through the partner chat. Most of our conversations that we're talking about are through the partner chat. Is like, why aren't you posting the LTE schedule in the game? And that giant home screen that has nothing on it.
No, and not only that, they can easily give us a schedule on a freaking Word document. You know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I've been hearing once again, our hands are tied. And it's like, what am I missing? Like there's something missing where it's like, holy cow, you have a home screen and you've done it with your other games where it's like, utilize that. And I've even said, like,
remember the gatekeeper?
Yeah.
When with the voting on the gatekeeper?
Yep.
Yes.
That was on the main screen. You could do something like that.
Yep. I totally agree. It's like,
I still voted for the Scrambler. I'm sorry. The Scrambler was the best one.
The Scrambler. But
I think I voted gatekeeper.
There's so many things that, like, I feel like it's the developers just running wild. And even those, like, 2 of them, 3 of them. And other than that, like, there's no direction. Like, I feel like as a community member, there's no direction. There's no lead developer. There's no business end to it now. It's just like, here's your playground. Best of luck. We hope things work out.
So, and I agree with that. And what really kind of proves that is any type of, so Stu had a message when they last week, I think it was last week or the week before, he was talking about the split again. There's another split going off, right? And he
for Smite, you mean?
No, for the other. Wow, what's his name? The other CEO starting the other company.
Oh, you're talking about with Skillshot and how they broke off from Hi-Rez Studios. They got bought out.
Right. So people started posting on there. Are you going to start showing more to Smite, to Paladins? And he was commenting and responding to almost everything that had to do with Smite and Paladins.
Yep.
He didn't comment to anything that had to do with Realm. When I saw that,
it's been that way for.
But when I saw that finally, like it's in our face. It was like, all right, like he's not acknowledging Realm even exists. And then
what's one of my biggest problems when I see that crap. You know, I'm sorry. Yeah. Like I was actually very irritated. I know Octane's been to HRX before, but when I actually saw that he was not going to be there, because I'm one of the guys, I don't give a crap what your title is. I don't care who you are. I wanted to talk to him at HRX.
Who's this? Hi-Rez Stu?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised because every other HRX, he's the one who comes out first and does the keynote.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to him, you know, personally.
Who did the keynote this year? Why am I forgetting who did the keynote?
I don't know who did the keynote.
Or did they not have somebody? You know what? They didn't have somebody come out. They did videos.
It was a video. Yeah, it was just a video.
So Smite got like 15 minutes. Paladins got like 15 minutes. Realm got like 2.5 minutes.
Yo, but those were awesome 2 minutes, dude.
Which I missed all of it, and then I got a message saying, "How do you miss the most important thing of the weekend?" I was like, I'm stuck
in we were stuck in lines, dude. That was
you bunch of hungover old men. That's all I heard. I was like, you gotta be kidding me,
dude. That was thanks a lot, Crippler. I actually said that first night that we got there. I literally said, I'm just gonna stay in. I had to wait for my buddy to get there to unlock the hotel room. And then he hits me and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna be like 3 hours late. I won't be there till 1 in the morning." I'm like, "Well, dude, okay, fine. I'll go out." We all went to a karaoke bar and and then Crippler brought up Glock shots.
Oh, lovely.
You just put 2 and 2 together right there.
Yeah. So we got about 10 minutes left of the show today. Any big things you want to hit on OB23? Let's talk about from where we go from here with OB23. So like, let's start over to you, Goldie. Where do we go from here? OB23. What next?
There needs to be at least some type of update within the next 4 weeks. Something. Even if it's just bug fixes, even if it's just to add a goddamn bush, there has to be something, because what's going to happen is you're going to lose everybody again. They brought back a large amount of the community, myself included, with the announcement of a patch coming, the patch being here. There's brought a lot of hype. I'm bringing back the Bach Bowl. Like there is a lot of hype around it. If they go again without anything, but even if it's new skin, can't just do skins. People are done with cosmetics. I don't want any more mashed potatoes. I need some meat.
Oh yeah, I will say that. I say this all the time. And yeah, I agree. You know, I don't care about skins right now, but you gotta remember that's also how they fund the game.
Yes,
it sucks to say. It's a free to play game, so they have skins. Like I was gonna say real quick, Octane, like you released that video today, and I'm glad that you noticed the skins and that you've seen the green assassin that's running around as a bot. There are literally I could think of at least 12 skins that I know of that has been shared with me that are coming out, and one of them might actually make me change my skin. But
finally, he froze. He froze. Oh, you can come back. You froze. That was such good timing. You're like, there's one skin that'll make me change, but. And then it was like the anticipation.
No, I saw Goldie's face just like. No, I was just saying there is one skin in there that I absolutely want to be released, and it might make me change from the anarchist assassin. But how long are you gonna hold on to these skins for? And not only that, we talk about what's next, and there's so many things that I personally know that they were working on that are amazing ideas. Why are they not being implemented?
Yeah, they're just I guarantee a lot of them just pumped the brakes and packed it up.
Yeah, there's people that were working on stuff that they didn't finish. Who was it that came in just to do he changed Jade. He raised some things up in Jade. Changed Lost Forge.
Oh yeah, Alex. It was Alex.
Yeah. And there was a bunch of other stuff that he was working on.
He was working more like the world cosmetics and environment.
And some things were done. He was finished with, but they never put it in the game. What happened with that? What happened with like? I mean, I don't care if I spill the beans. They were reworking completely Underpass. And
we've been talking about that forever.
And I've seen pictures of it. Where the F is it? I want it.
Yeah.
Why is this not being put in the game? I've seen it. I want to play it.
If it needs rework. It needs rework, and I would love for that. Like, I actually enjoy Outpost. Outpost, I think they did the correct thing with Outpost.
Hold on. When I went to this man's stream the day it came out, he goes, "I don't like Outpost. All they did was move some buildings." No.
I talked about it. They just took it. They just smashed in Outpost to make it more of a crater.
No, what they did with Outpost, what I said was, they didn't do much to Outpost. It just literally looks like they just started picking up buildings and just started replacing them.
Like I said, what Outpost
it still is good.
Before, Outpost was literally Forge that had like one chest in it, one building next to it, and then like the two other buildings. So what they basically did was they made Outpost another place that you can drop.
You could
you can go there, and there's enough buildings to get loot in. You change the scenery around it to where you're actually at a disadvantage because everyone can go around the top of it.
Yeah, it's a risk. It's a risk. Yep.
Yeah, so it's just another place that you can drop.
Outpost was never a landing spot. It was always
no one ever landed there. Ever.
Mid to end game fighting spot.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you could potentially, especially in a customs situation,
you can drop there and get loot.
I always said with Underpass, so they have an entrance that's east and west. I wanted an entrance that's north and south, so that it's across, and then I wanted a hole in the roof where chests could drop in or players could drop in, and then as the circle is closing, players would go through any four of those locations. I wanted to see chests drop in order to create points of contention and put a forge back in there.
Yeah,
so I didn't play the game when there wasn't a forge there. I was just about to say that. I did not play the game when there was a forge there.
Oh, dude, that was
that's all people talk about.
Yeah, because there was only two entrances, and so it was rough. And it was some good cornering there too.
It was a lot of great gameplay, and it was also very risky.
Yeah, risk and reward.
Yeah, but some of the best fights happened in Underpass, and it will never make sense to why you took that forge out. Yeah. I still to this day never got a straight up answer why it was taken out.
Like, it was plentiful. There was a lot of chests there
because the community enjoyed it. Glock, duh.
Yeah,
exactly. We enjoyed it. So like no.
But honestly, I feel if they don't continue, if we don't get some type of, even if it's just a simple hot fix bug update, something in the next few weeks, and we go weeks and weeks and weeks with nothing, you're gonna lose people again. And I feel that no matter what you do, you're not pulling people back.
I don't think people are fully committed right now. Like even us, we're just tiptoeing into it a little bit.
We're getting into it. We're playing stuff, and then we're going back and playing like Apex or like me. I'm still on the Paladins grind.
Absolutely, I'm not.
We're not fully back into it.
Yep.
I mean, me personally, I do like that Goldie's bringing back the Bach Bowl because it brings back people, want to get in there and practice and this and that. Right. Another thing we didn't talk about was I absolutely love that. I mean, you get crowns when you log in,
sure,
but you also get crowns for doing your quest, which makes you play the game.
Sure.
Yes.
Instead of just logging in, collecting them like I was doing. You log in, get your stuff, and log back out. No, now you actually are getting. They're implementing things that keep you playing, like the mastery, the quest that get you crowns, the daily rotating shop.
But how long does that last?
How long does it keep you in? And then like I said, the Bach Bowl.
I had the Bach Bowl scheduled for March 14th. That's a month from now, right? If there's no updates after the Bach Bowl, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I can only hold people for so long. I can only hold them for so long. So it's a month now. I'm going to hold that group of people that are going to come back, start playing, start grinding, getting ready for it. Bach Bowl hits. If there's nothing after that, there's nothing I can do at that point. At that point, there has to be something. And if they don't give an update, you're going to lose a large community again. Not just, the Xbox side for the Bach Bowl, but I'm sure PC players also. And you're going to be starting all over. The problem now is you're going to be going into Rogue hopefully getting released at some point. Who knows at this? Who knows where they are with that? And you're going into the summer months. And guys, summer months, every gamer, every streamer, every content creator knows you take the hits when the summer months come, because it's, you know, people don't want to play video games. They want to go outside and have fun, you know? So it's, I think once you, if they don't have something coming in these next, let's say 5-6 weeks, I think Realm's going to be in a very, very sad place.
Could be. Glock, what about you? What do you think? OB23, you know, what's next? What are you hoping for? Thoughts?
I want more answers from the developers. Like I said, it seems like, you know, it's almost like they're kind of listening to us just a little bit, but at the same time, we don't, you know, we keep getting the comment. Like you said, our hands are tied. But you said all you need to do is let us get a schedule of the, you know, the LTMs. Give us like a little roadmap of what you plan on coming out with. And you don't even have to, honestly, in my own opinion, you don't even have to announce it to everybody. At least tell us in the freaking partner Discord. We're partners for a reason. Let us know what the future of the game is, so we can tell people in our communities that there's hope.
Yeah.
When you don't tell us stuff, how are we supposed to have hope in the game when you're not even telling your partner stuff?
Right.
You know, so
yeah,
I mean, they said that the change or the Arbalest, you know, hotfix is also, I don't know if you guys saw, it's not just an Arbalest hotfix. It's a hotfix for other stuff too they were talking about. So that they need to come true on that. If you come out with that by the end of next week, double procs better be gone, Arbalest better be better balanced, and we can take you more serious.
Right.
Yeah, those are like the two things that have to, like, those have to come next week.
Other than that, I think OB23 was a good patch for now. We waited, you know, a little longer for it, but you know, you got things that you can work on and build off of, and just let us know what you guys are thinking. You know, let us in on, you know, what we can expect.
Octane, scale of 1 to 10. How was this patch?
A 4.
Okay.
And the reason is because I lean more towards the like bug fix side of the world. Like I'm that side of the world where I'm like there's no reason why you can't roll out a patch every week that has at least 3 bug fixes. Like, seriously, give a guy one job and all he does is bug fixes. And it's like, you could roll that out every week, but I've been told, once again, we can't do that. Our hands are tied. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what am I missing? What am I missing that you can't patch your own game once a week? Like, there is something huge here. But yes, number 4, it's a 4. The skins are nice. They pay the bills. Totally understand. All for it. The balance was a necessity because the meta hasn't changed in 8 months, 9 months. Right. So that was nice to have. But other than that, it's like, what else did we get? Now it's just like, I feel like we're in a sustain mode right now. And it's just like skins and sustain.
Okay. We always compare games to Fortnite because Fortnite's always, you know, the mega game.
Sure.
There's a reason why Fortnite has been around for so long. I've said this multiple times. It's a content machine. Okay. What did they add to Realm that you haven't already seen? Okay, you put a ground shock in there, cool. You put a fortified in there, which is basically a moving ice block, cool. But like, okay, Fortnite comes out with this stupid little flint pistol. The only reason for it is to launch yourself up and no-scope people for content. I mean, in all honesty, what else is we didn't get anything content-wise in this patch for Realm. We got balance changes, which I'm sorry, Slug sucks.
It's still good. It's still good. Get out of here.
Revolver over Slug, okay?
Oh, you're saying Revolver
over Slug.
I always loved Revolver. I like the Slug. I absolutely love the Heirloom. Heirloom is the new Slug.
I keep wondering why I keep like 4 headshotting people and they're not dead with a Slug anymore.
Well, yeah, because it takes a fifth shot.
But if you're gonna ask my thing with scale of 1 to 10, I was gonna say 5 out of 10. My biggest problem is you cannot announce something as big as we fixed the double procs that you've been crying about for months.
Oh my god!
And now
it's not fixed.
You cannot announce something like that, and then it's not fixed. That's the worst thing that you guys did.
And to add to that, it wasn't even on the original patch notes when they released it. They had to update it to add it in there. So from that is my issue. That is my issue with that.
No, and that was we saw that. Like it was like, what about this stuff? And it's like, oh yeah, we changed that, but it's just not in the patch notes. It's just not in the patch notes. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna sound terrible, and I'm happy that we have the developers we do doing stuff on it. But this is literally like you grabbed a bunch of freaking interns from high school and they're working on your game. The attention to detail is terrible. Your patch notes are terrible. You're not doing bug fixes. You're like, seriously, it's like intern. And if it's interns and this is your sandbox, perfect. Let us know so we can move on and shut this shit down. But it's like, if you're going to take this seriously, then like the attention to detail has to be there. You are not allowed to release another patch without testing your shit and your patch notes being right. Let's be honest here.
What happened with the PTS? Why
oh yeah, I know. PTS? Well, apparently it is too time consuming to do PTS, so it's better for them to release it live because the live community will find things faster. But at what sacrifice?
Why didn't you just release it for one weekend the week before?
I know. Oh my god.
Just real quick, say, hey guys, all the partners at the partners in Discord, and say, hey, PTS Friday, Saturday, and we're gonna clean this stuff up on Monday.
Absolutely. And here's the deal: I play Xbox. If you're releasing saying, hey, we're gonna do a PTS the weekend before, I'm loading it up on PC, and I'm gonna at least try to get in there and find something. They would have did a PTS. We would have known the Arbalist besides. Every single person saying the Arbalist.
Yeah, first game where you would already had clips for them. Look at this. Like you see the one where I had a headshot rune and a damage rune. I was doing 1900 headshots.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
But apparently I was told that you can't one tap, two tap.
No,
people.
the most.
Hey, don't talk about the gods of Realm Royale.
Oh god.
Once every 6 months.
I don't want to get into that one.
Oh, I don't give a crap, dude. They can go play Spyro.
But it's true, man. You're gonna laugh at me, and then 2 weeks later, you're gonna say,
"Yeah,
hey, here's a write up on everything." Bro, that's exactly what I was saying 2 weeks ago. Like
the most I've seen is 2400 plus. 2400 plus is what I've seen with one shot with the Arbalist.
That's because they had Headhunter, dodge roll, headshot rune, damage rune.
Yes,
and you dodge roll before you shot.
Yep. So it gives you the additional damage. Yep. So all right, cool. So we've talked about Realm for a significant amount of time. I think it's a good place to end things tonight. We're just over an hour, which is perfect. This is exactly where we want to be. We will be doing another episode, of course, coming up sometime the next week plus. We'll have to see kind of where schedules combined. One thing that if you guys are interested in a topic, you want to see us chat about something, please leave us a comment down below on YouTube. Let us know what your thoughts are. As always, please make sure that you do go ahead and subscribe wherever you are enjoying this content. Goldie is going to keep moving forward with trying to get this on audio. We know that'll expand our viewer base, so we're looking forward to it, which will be great. As always, leave your comments. Perfect. That's fine. Absolutely. No rush. As we said, audio would be down the road there. And once again, if you have a topic that you recommend, please let us know. We're always looking for things. We want to continue to incorporate being a dad, fathers in gaming, stuff like that. There was a topic we're possibly looking at next week, which is how to support your kids in gaming, and kind of going from there, which I think is a good one, especially because all of us are fathers for that. So anything else I missed, guys?
I was going to say, for anyone watching on my channel, I mean, the best way to do it is leave a comment below. Perfect. But actually, in my Discord, I did set a special section just for not just leaving comments or questions, but I also said if there's an article, something that happened in the gaming world that you want to hear our opinions on, share the article in there too. Perfect. Share the link and let us know what you want to hear, our opinions on. I have that in my Discord. Anyone's more than welcome to put whatever they want in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say do that in mine, but I'm horrible with Discord. And I got to get OctanePro, my editor, and Discord to make that channel because I have no idea how to do that. So
fancy.
For now, go to Glock.
I have a YouTube editor. He has a Discord editor.
And I do everything myself. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for joining us for episode 2 of Dads in Gaming. As always, it's been appreciated. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.